We're joined by Caitlin Richardson and Toni Fifield. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for submitting From the Top.
Yeah, of course, no worries. Thank you for
Fantastic.
having it.
Oh, absolute pleasure. From the Top, what's From the Top all about?
So From the Top is about a comedian who isn't funny, but then he meets Davina, who kind of coaches him, helps him come out of his shell a little bit more, so he can be better
Excellent.
comedian.
Great. And does he get better?
He gets better. He's
Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert, yeah.
He's not. He's not the best, but he's better, and that's the point of it.
Okay.
You know, he doesn't get to the top yet, but the fact that he's improved is the point of it.
Yeah, you have to keep trying because you
Right.
won't get there overnight. That's the point. They worked on his set for about 2 days. Of course, he's not going to be selling out the O2 Arena, but it doesn't matter because it's all small victories, and that's what you have to. You have to build your way up and up until you get to that point. It doesn't come easy, but it does. You can see it happening. You can see the changes if you put the work in.
And that's the message of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. You just got to keep working for what you love because this is what he's passionate about. And even though he's not the best, he won't ever stop striving to be the best.
Yeah.
So it's a really nice message and just a subtle message. It's not too much in your face. It's just out there to try and inspire people to just follow what it is they want to do, even if they're not at that point yet. You just work your way up.
Absolutely. And I think what's inspiring about the film is the story, like you said, it doesn't give us an end result. It just says he's moving along.
Mm.
He's moving along. Wherever he goes, it's okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so what inspired this idea?
Well, I just wanted to basically put a bit of myself into a film. Calvin is a little bit loosely based on me, not too much, but just drawn from inspirations and little quirks that he has. And I just wanted to show that as we just touched on, that no matter what you do in life, you can find a mentor that can help you, and they come in and you can see them as like an angel, you can see them as a mentor or whatever, but having someone like that in life is really important, and you need someone like that to get you to the place you want to be, and just to give you a little nudge, because sometimes when you don't get the nudge, you'll just stay at where you're at, whereas if you get that little push, it pushes you to go on to bigger and better things. So it's just about reacting to the people around you, listening to people's advice, and just taking it on board. Even if you don't agree with it, take it on board and then grow from it and learn from it, pretty much.
But if you're okay with giving us a spoiler here, it's Davina's real or not real? Is he finding inner strength, or is she really there giving him strength?
Who
It's up
knows?
to you to decide.
Yeah,
It's
who
for
knows?
the audience to decide.
Yeah, it's subjective. It's
Yeah.
it's what people take from it and what they want to decide it is.
Yeah.
I think we know, but it's nice to have people questioning it and then going back and rewatching it and maybe linking Davina to someone in their life that
Yes.
they can say, "You're my Davina."
Yes.
You know, just having that person is really important.
Yeah, and that's great, and that clearly comes across in the story. That's great. So the shoot, any challenges? How long was it?
A lot of challenges.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we started pre-production January 2020. So obviously, as you can tell, it didn't really go ahead as planned. We had to wait a year and a half until we could actually shoot. It just kept getting pushed back, and finally we shot. When did we shoot? October.
Yeah, September, early October, when the lockdown was first of all lifted, and we were like, let's get to it, let's get it out.
Yeah, and it took 5 days. So we have never done like a consecutive shoot before. It was always kind of like here and there we'd shoot. So it was quite fun, very fun. We got to know everyone really well. It was a really good experience.
And the funny thing is, you know, COVID was not in anyone's control. No one could control it. It was just a thing that happened, and you just have to deal with it and adapt to it. And during that time, you know, we still worked on the script. We didn't just leave it there. We kept working on it, kept trying to get it to the place it needed to be. But our biggest challenge was probably from a literal prop in the film, which was a milkshake. So we bought a milkshake for a scene, completely forgot that milkshake's deflate, and the whole point of this scene was centred around this beautiful milkshake, but then by the time we got around to filming it, it deflated, it was gross, it was leaking and spilling everywhere, and we were like, do you know what, it'd just be actually funnier if this milkshake looked disgusting. So then we changed the scene a little bit to make it a bit more funny.
And it almost became a metaphor, didn't it?
Yeah, it
For
did.
the character and where
Yeah.
that character was at that point.
Yeah, it did, yeah. He's just
Because
sort
when you
of...
kept the shot, you just held it, didn't you?
Yeah, we just held it on it just to let people a bit more aware of
Yes.
exactly how gross and bad that milkshake was. But it wasn't always like that, you know. Milkshakes can be refilled, you can get it back looking nice.
Actually, that scene was really well done. It was
Thank
a
you.
wonderful scene.
Yeah, thank you.
So the casting, let's just talk about the casting. How did you go about casting?
So we put out an advert on Star Now to get our cast. We had obviously Sean and Parvinder, they both auditioned, and immediately we knew that they were the guys that we wanted. Could not have got better cast actually for this film. Exactly as we imagined. As soon as we saw Sean, we were like, oh my god, that's literally our brains onto the thing. Yeah, so that was really nice.
Fantastic. That's lovely, isn't it, when that happens?
Yeah, and we both said exactly the same people. We got quite a bunch. We got more for Davina than Calvin, but we still knew we'd be into double figures with auditions for both of them. And then we both said, let's say after 1, 2, 3, who our favourites are. And we both said the same names, and we were like, I guess that's it then. It's fated, fated to be that way. And some people who we didn't choose were perfect for a role in our next film, so we've cast them in our next film. So it's just seeing who's right for what part, and then fitting them in where you can to another place.
Okay, you've preempted my next question.
No, perfect.
Next film, what is it? If you're happy to share.
Yeah, of course. We've got two. We've got one that we've just finished filming, and now Tony's editing it, called Wake Up, and that's a thriller about nature and the world and why we need to act now before things get worse and worse, and you can't take it back. You can't rewind time, and that's the one thing you'll never get back, but you can create a better future, which is something that can be made. So it's about moving forward, making the world a better place, and what's happened, but just let's improve now what we can. And then we're filming another comedy next month, and we just want to keep things fresh with the films that we've done and do different things, different genres. So we're doing another comedy next month called Fated Mate, and it's about us and our two guardian angels having a conversation, but we can't see them, but what they're saying to themselves is influencing what we think. And we're actually acting in that one, which is going to be interesting, just to keep it a new thing for us. So that's pretty nerve-wracking that we've got to try and remember some lines, because we're not actors, but we're going to try it and see how it goes.
Well, that's incredibly inspirational. So thank you for sharing that. We
Thank
really
you.
look forward to that other, the comedy we look forward to, but the other one as well, which does sound like an inspirational type of film.
Yeah.
So we really look forward to that. Thank you for submitting from the top to us.
Yeah.
We look forward to whatever you submit next.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Thank
It's been
you
really
so
fun.
much.
Thank
Been a
you.
pleasure. Thank you.